First of all, I would like to thank organizers, Purvish sir, for giving the opportunity to present the work we did in last 5 years. Next slide. I would like to dedicate my work, my awards, my achievements to my alma mater, Army Hospital Research and Referrals, my teachers, my seniors, my colleagues, my juniors, and my uh, staff who work with me, and all my patients. Next slide. When I completed my residency, I had a few opportunities in all the metros, but I chose the out-of-box solution of second-tier city, where it has its own challenges, which will I'll discuss subsequently. Next slide. So I had opportunity and I got work in almost all the different aspects any oncologist will wish for. Next slide. So the my challenges were as in second tier city when I started practicing. There was the clinical oncology was in the infantile stage, and there was hardly just one more medical oncologist available, but he had joined just few months prior to me. So most of the most important challenge was to retain the patient. Most of the patient used to take opinions and go away to Ahmedabad for further treatment. So our challenge was to maintain the norms, maintain the guidelines, and increase the bar in second tier city and gain the trust of the patients. So we started our journey from less than 30 chemotherapy patients to 500 chemotherapies per month in one center, and now almost 1,000 patients of OPD per month. We conducted lot many more than 100 plus CMEs for clinicians that we are treating patients as per the best norms possible. And now there are almost three centers, oncology centers, which are doing apparently well. And for the work we did in clinical oncology, next slide, we got a award as a center. We got award which was in consensus with the IMA Udaipur and in this region for 2018 and 2019. It's a Mewar Healthcare Achievers Award in 2018. Next slide. And 2019 as well. Next slide. So in the screening, we got an opportunity to work with the WHO, where we planned the feasibility of HPV testing in the general population, and along with that to test for diabetes and hypertension as well. So next slide. So we aim for the HPV positivity in the general population that we chose. We trained 10 healthcare workers, and these trained healthcare workers make all the participants aware about the self-sampling. So this was the first of its kind study in India where self-sampling was done in the home of the patient. The other studies were took the patients to the tertiary care centers and took the samples in the presence of nursing staff or trained clinician. But in this study, we trained the uh, healthcare workers. They took the samples in the field and they explained to the participants. Participants took self-sampling, and then uh, the samples were taken to the tertiary labs in our center where we evaluated for the HPV. Next slide. So results in terms of the oncology, we say almost 8% patients, which is like standard norm for in Indian population or subcontinent, 8 to 10% positivity is seen. We found around 8%, 8.2% patients were positive for the HPV, out of which around 5% uh, found to have a precancerous lesion like CIN1, 2, and one invasive cancer, which were treated immediately. And in terms of like other non-communicable diseases like diabetes, where we found 7.5% patients were screened positive for diabetes, out of which around one third population was confirmed to have diabetes. And hypertension, it was humongously high. Almost 32% population was screened positive for hypertension, and out of which around 40% population was found confirmed to have hypertension. For oral cancer, we did the awareness and only tobacco chew were screened. That is why we couldn't find the, especially the female subgroups were quite high. We screened around 5,000 women and 2,000 men. So the oral cancers we couldn't find. And breast symptoms, the study included only the patients who were having breast symptoms. So for breast cancer also, we couldn't find any definite findings for the breast cancer. Next slide. So we published our paper in BMC Public Health. It was a pilot study to evaluate the home-based screening, as I mentioned, in non-communicable diseases dedicated to a cadre of community healthcare workers in the rural setting in India. Next slide. We also conducted knowledge, aptitude, and practices survey where we found out almost 20 to 30% patient did not know about the tobacco and its ill effects on the health. Around 50-60% population did not know about the causal relation between the smoking tobacco and cancer or other non-communicable diseases. And there were hardly any population who went for the cancer breast examination or gynecological checkup of any kind in last 5 years. So this was also published, and we co-authored as a first and second author all these two publications. Next slide. So this was published in the Journal of Global Oncology in last year, 2019. Next slide. So I got an opportunity to present this data in the annual dinner meeting in 2018 ASCO along in the ISA meeting in the Chicago West Team. So we presented this data, and this work was awarded. Next slide. Work was awarded as a Rising Star Award by the Indo-American Cancer Association in 2018 award dinner meeting. Next slide. So we are also conducting a breast light project which aims for the early use of early tool in patients who are having breast symptoms or high risk, like hereditary risk factors, or who are having history of breast cancer earlier, to evaluate for the lesions, early lesions, as a screening tool. Next. So we can find the vasc. It's like it transluminates the breast in the dark room where we examine the patient, and it can locate it can show a dark density on the opposite side of the skin, so that we can detect the cancer in the early stage. So it is the we have compiled data around 800 patients we have compiled, and now this is again along with the WHO, and we are in the analysis phase of this project, and shortly we'll share the data. Next slide. We had also worked in the pre-screening, we had a few patients or few sarpanch who had whose relatives were patients. So we adopted one village to go it for a tobacco-free village through the NGOs, and this sarpanch took quite a good initiative. He himself was a tobacco chewer, but when we counseled him, showed him our patients who suffered a lot from the head and neck cancer, so he make a pledge that he'll make his villages under him tobacco free. So we took a lot of initiative, went there, we conducted HPV vaccination through NGO for the eligible subgroup, and make that village as a tobacco free village. Next slide. Again, the clinical trials, we could, this clinical trials was almost in non-existent in Udaipur when we started working, but we found out many challenges. We formed the ethical committee, we pushed the registration processes, and we conducted few of the trials in head and neck cancer, prostate cancer, breast cancer, and ovarian cancer, which are ongoing also. So this is also taking a new form, and probably in near future we'll collaborate with our seniors and colleagues to make it in true sense, like actual phase 2 trials or newer trials, we can come. And I had opportunity to have an observership in the MD Anderson for the CAR T cell therapy. So I would like or just appeal to everyone, we can collaborate with each other. Most of the patients in the MD Anderson, most of the doctors are Indians. So if they can do in their setup, we can also have similar kind of project or similar kind of therapies, which has excellent results in our setup as well. So we had a few rounds of delegations and discussions with the Chinese counterparts, but it was stopped after the COVID pandemic. Next slide. So I think, thank you for the organizers again. I would like to appeal, like we'll go far if we collaborate together. Thank you.